you know, I think it's got some merit. We're always looking for ways to encourage students to get their high school diploma, or an alternative. There are other options as well. Responsible kids get their diploma. Responsible kids make best drivers. So in that regard, it'd be very powerful. But I can tell that you don't necessarily agree with this, do you?
No.
Okay. Mr. Apple, how about yourself?
Well, I agree with all that. We want responsible drivers, and maybe this is one way to get there. I'm thinking of the late night activities we have at our school with sports and everything else, and that might put a burden on the parents. But if it helps get the high school diploma, then everything.
I think that getting your license when you're 18 is a stupid idea, because if you get your license, you're smart enough because you're trained in driver's ed, and you take a written and drive test, and your parents don't want to drive you around when you're 18 years old, because you should have some responsibility by 16 and be able to drive around, because your parents driving you around when you're 18 is kind of lame.
I don't really agree with that. What happens if you're a high school student and you don't graduate? Do you just not get your license?
You have to have a diploma to get it.
Well, I don't really agree with that, because I don't think parents want to drive their kids around to school every day. My parents don't want to drive me around to school because they're mean.
No, I don't think so, because they already have a lot of precautions in place. You have to study hard for written, you have to take a driver's ed class, and then also you have to take a nerve-wracking test with some old smelly guy.
Okay.
I think it's a great idea, because then it would motivate students to graduate high school or get their equivalent so that they could drive. And then that would make the streets much safer. For me, being an old person, I get very scared of the youngsters that drive around me, and they scare me with their speedy ways. So it would really excite me if they couldn't be on the road anymore. And yeah, it'd be inconvenient for some parents to take their kids to games, but it'd be more bonding time for them to spend with their kids and talk about the day and how things went. So I should think it would be a great idea.
My opinion on students having to wait until they get their diploma to get their driver's license. In particular, I think in rural communities, that's an issue, because then you eliminate kids being able to do after school things, because it puts all that responsibility on the parents, or puts added responsibility on the school district to have to provide transportation after school. Probably would eliminate some after school activities. I also think that making the driver's license age later actually lowers expectations.
Yeah.
Because right now we expect responsibility from students when they're 16, and if we waited until they were 18, or in some cases 19, or maybe never, because not everyone graduates from high school.
Can't believe they're gonna make us wait till we graduate till we get our licenses.
I know, right? I don't even know if I'm going to graduate.
That's what's up.
Yeah, how am I supposed to bring my brothers and sisters to school? My mom can't do it since she's all crippled and such now.
That's messed up. What if I don't graduate either? How am I gonna move out? I'm gonna have to live in my parents' basement forever.
Basically, let's be civilly disobedient.
I can't believe we're actually doing this.
Can we get in trouble for this?
Well, only if we act out violently, but we won't.
You guys can't be here.
Why? We're not doing anything wrong.
I can charge you with loitering and trespassing.
Well, we're gonna stay here till we get our licenses.
Yeah.
Sue yourself, you'll be sitting here for 2 years. Have you guys seriously been sitting here for 2 years?
Yeah.
Do you know me?
Well, they decided to change the law back to you can get your license at 16 if you take driver's education.
We can get our licenses now?
Yeah, finally, after waiting 2 years.
Actually, you guys have been sitting here for 2 years, so you guys haven't taken driver's education.
That's messed up.
That is messed up.
I wear disguise, I'm just your average Jane. The super doesn't stand for model, but that doesn't mean I'm plain. If all you see is how I look, you miss a super chick within, and I